Summers are interesting because Glenn comes in, looks really good. Previous Solo comes in, not so much. And you see how their courses went based on Summer League. Is that sort of the same scenario sitting in front of Joe right now?
I think so. From my history of being in the league, that is it, because it does kind of give you an indication if a guy is able to handle a role, that he can step into that role, and when the regular season starts, a backup role, and be able to be productive.
What would you hope the young guys like Edmund and EK would get, even though they're not going to play, by just being around the team during the summer league period?
Well, I think first of all they get what we're about around here, and obviously they're very, very great kids. Both kids are really, really likable kids, and they're sitting on the side. I know they're not in the drills, but they're getting terminology, words that we use on the offensive end and the defensive end that's universal to our systems, and so they're getting all that, and then they're seeing some of the same drills that we're doing in these practices that Coach McMillan that uses in the regular season.
What do you hope to see TJ do with this experience?
Well, just obviously grow. We know, again, he's a young kid, but he's very skilled and very talented, especially on the offensive end. What we're trying to do offensively here is play like a random, a random drive and kick type of offense, and get the ball moving, cut, moving, pass, and he's really good at that. And he showed today that when we put defense on it today, that he's really good at playing that style of ball, like you're seeing power forwards play in the league now. You're seeing him out on the perimeter, being able to make plays off the dribble from the three-point line and set teammates up, and he's good at doing that.
So for a lot of read and react sort of situations that you want to see in live game action.
Right, and we saw that today. And like I said, he's able to do that. He's able to catch the ball. I guess to really simplify it to you guys, he's able to play make, and I think that's what you're seeing with power forwards now. The Draymond Greens and guys like that in the NBA, you're seeing the power forwards be able to play make and make plays off the dribble. And again, when you back off of them, able to make a shot and make the defense pay from the three-point line.
Popeye,
Thanks for simplifying.
Yeah.
you have Coach Gaze here from Australia.
Yes.
What is he doing to help you guys maybe from an international perspective?
Right. Well, first of all, I remember when he played. When I introduced him, I told these guys, I said, if you guys don't remember Andrew Gaze at Seton Hall, you need to go YouTube him or Google him, because he was a heck of a player. But he's helping us in terms of offense and defense. He's on both sides of the ball. He's giving us his input on a lot of things offensively. As we're putting this offense in, he comes up to me and he's like, "They're moving too fast," and I'm like, I know. And it's like, okay, what do we need to do to get him to slow down? And we talked a little bit about what he thought we needed to do, and continue to do our breakdown drills, 2-man drills, 3-man drills, to get guys to slow down and read and react. And we'll continue to do that. As you guys know, we don't have a lot of time, so we got to just keep working on it till we can get it before the first game on Saturday.
What are you emphasizing to Rakeem?
The same thing that coaches always emphasize to him in terms of playing with energy, running the floor, rebounding the ball, pick and roll, setting hard screens. As we know, he helped us win some games this year by coming in off the bench and playing with energy, and we're trying to build on that and continue to get him to play that way. Be a monster on defense, protect the rim, again, and play with toughness and energy, and like I said, to build on that. And I think he's done a good job so far, showing that he's going to be able to do that for us, and hopefully he can continue that throughout the summer league.
And then back to Joe for a minute. Obviously, you guys saw some growth in practice last year,
Right.
last summer a little bit. Is it the collective skills of a point guard, running a team, being within the team defense with him, or is it more specific individual, guard your man, see the guy, create the play? Where is it that you need to see?
I think it's more team. I think obviously offensively it's more team. Defensively it's more the individual picking up the ball and guarding pick and rolls. But offensively it's more of organizing the team, running a team, setting your teammates up, and playing like a point guard. We know he can score the ball. So when you're open, let it fly. Don't be. I guess you try to compare him to somebody more like a Patty Mills type, making the defense pay from the three-point line, but also picking that ball up and playing with energy on the defensive end.
Do you guys still believe that he has that in him?
Yeah,
he can become
we
that
do.
kind of player?
We do, and that's why he was encouraged. He came to me and said, I want to play this summer, and we were talking. Good. because we need him to play and we need to see that. And I think Coach wants to see it, Coach McMillan, and I think the front office wants to see it as well.
Seems like he understands the importance of the summer, but is that a conversation you have with him or have had with him about the importance of the next week?
Well, I think Coach McMillan's had that conversation. He knows, though, that Joe's a smart enough kid that he knows, again, like we were just talking about, how important it is to prove that he can be a backup point guard. And so it's a big summer for him. It'll be a big week for him to prove that.
Papa, how much do you know about Chesto, and how intrigued are you to have him here for this sort of look?
Well, I didn't know a lot about him. Got the roster. I got an email and saw his name, so went and looked him up and was like, wow. And he's been impressive so far. You know, he's another guy who kind of plays like Rakeem, a lot of energy. He's going to be physical inside. He's going to be able to rebound the ball. And I think all you guys know from the regular season, we're looking for guys who can rebound the basketball. We're one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. So
because they were about to activate you at one point. Yeah.
So he's that type of guy, and he has a great feel. And Coach McMillan has a saying of sunshine and dark clouds. Every day he has sunshine. He brings sunshine with him to work, and we've been really pleased with what we've seen so far out of him.
How much of a trial is this for him, potentially, to bring him in to camp, maybe in training camp in October?
Right. I think he's looking at it that way. I think that's why he came here. He was telling me that he has a month-old daughter, so I was telling him congratulations. So he left his month-old daughter to come. Wow. So I know you guys know it's pretty important for him to come here and prove that he can play and be a Pacer when the regular season starts.
Historically, there hasn't been a great deal of opportunity for young guys like here. The openings have been limited because you've been a veteran team with very serious things on your mind. This seems to have shifted a bit now that all of a sudden these young guys walk in and all of a sudden you're looking at them more seriously. Is that, or maybe they're looking at it more seriously?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think that in our introduction meeting, I think Coach Dan Burke kind of brought that up to him. That, hey, there's some spots here, and we're looking for some guys that can play within the Pacer organization, and let's get out on the floor this week and get after it. And I could see all the guys around the room going. And so it's been good so far. It's been really good.
Where do you miss LaVoy the most?
Oh, what we just talked about, right? Rebounding the basketball, playing with energy, toughness inside, and that's the type of thing that we're looking at of the big guys that we have here this week. You guys just mentioned Augusto, and we got Rakeem, and then also Jarnell, who is a really good D-League player who's looking for an opportunity to break in the league.
Tough for Ike not to have this opportunity, though.
I think it is. I think it is, but he'll be okay. He's a great kid. I was just over there visiting with him. Obviously, he's itching at the bit to play. We'll see what the medical staff has to say, and then we'll go from there.
You don't see a lot of 18-year-olds that look like that.
Not at all. He is a specimen, no doubt about it. And I was standing looking at him going, and I was thinking the same thing going, man, he may grow a little bit more. I was telling the guys, kind of compared him to Antetokounmpo. When he was drafted, he grew another 2 or 3 inches after he was drafted when he was 18 years old. So we may get that with Ike.
With TJ Leaf, how much of a concern is his body? How much stronger does he have to get before he can be effective?
Right. Well, it's a concern, no doubt about it. It's a concern. We look at his body, and to be a power forward, he's going to have to get stronger, and we know with age he's going to develop. But we have a great strength coaching team in there that's going to do a good job of building his body, getting him in the weight room like they're doing with Miles this summer. Miles has been working extremely hard in there. We got a great team that'll get those guys in work, but it is a concern that he needs to get stronger. But again, the skill level is there, and that's very promising. We know we can get him stronger.
It's been limited opportunity to watch him, but has anything jumped out of it or surprised you about him and what you've seen so far?
I think the feel. I knew he had a little bit of feel, but obviously I don't get a chance to watch a lot of college basketball during the season. Just watch his draft workout, you could see, but really when we started playing 5-on-5 to see the feel and the ability to read and react that he has, and knowing how to play the game was what really stood out to me with him.
Do you sense that Miles has kind of taken over leadership?
I do. I think that Miles is wanting to, and he's going to be put in that role. And I think that he's looking forward to it. He's been around every day with these guys. It was funny in our introduction meeting. Miles was in the meeting and spoke up, was like, "Hey, I'm going down to Orlando with you guys. I'm with you guys," and you can tell he's already trying to assume that role, and we like that in him.
You ought to just play him down there.
I wish I could get the okay for that.